Welcome back to They Did What? Your source for the internet's craziest, most entertaining stories, where I go with them, analyze them, and most certainly make fun of them. Today, I'm going to go over an entertaining story titled, I, a 39-year-old male, refused to force my daughter, an 18-year-old female, to give her education fund to my wife's son and kicked her out for crossing the line over it. And guys, this story is a classic example of a father and the wicked stepmother, where in this story, he was married initially with his daughter's mother, and the mother unfortunately died during childbirth. They were both very young when they had the daughter. He was 21, and when he was young and raising this daughter alone, broke, he got together with this other woman with a young son too, also struggling, and it was, as he described, a marriage of convenience. But you're going to see, it was a lot more convenient to her than him. Fast forward the future, when the mother of this when this girl's mother died, she had an insurance policy, and they put it in a trust, and it's been growing for 18 years, and that's a lot of money. And she was going to use it for college. But she has done so well that she got a full scholarship anyway. And this wicked stepmother wants that money for her son. And the daughter said, you know, no, not going to happen. And the SHIT storm that follows, oh God. And fortunately, this guy sees her for who she truly is, kicks her to the curb. And it is vicious what she says to this young girl. And again, it goes to show you guys, no matter how things may seem tough, you may be struggling for you relationship guys, you gotta really choose, be careful who you marry. I know it's obvious at this point, the stories I do, but really, this is a perfect example. And these old marriage of conveniences, that's definitely an older thing that happened back during very difficult times, during war times or major depressions. A lot of people did that during the Great Depression to survive, you know, and also when someone reveals who they are, it's time to accept reality and send them packing if it's an ugly thing, and it is definitely here. But anyhow, by the way, there is one element to this story that's highly questionable that all in the comment section, different people had an issue with, and I'll mention that along the way. It makes people question if this story is accurate, but I'll let that up to you to decide. Starts out, says here, a bit of a background. I am a 39-year-old father to my daughter who's 18 years old. Let's call her Emma. My first wife and I were middle school sweethearts. Emma was a happy accident, and we were thrilled to be parents to her. But my wife died while giving birth to her. I just graduated and started a job, and I failed to juggle a kid and the career. So I remarried in a year and a half to my second wife. Let's call her Sam. Smack! Remarried a year and a half. I get he was struggling, and probably between a newborn baby and the job and trying to survive, but that's just a terrible idea, and you're going to see here. He has family, I'm sure, to help out. She was also struggling to raise her son, Tom, due to financial difficulties. It was a marriage of convenience, and we were very open about that. So, I'm guessing no romance, no love, definitely not a lot of hooking up, you know. She would be a stay-at-home mom, raising both the kids while I would financially provide for them. Wow, what a great deal for her. There were ups and downs along the road, but we made it work. Sam always gave her son preferential treatment and emotionally, which I never took issue with. After all, she was my daughter, not hers. Of course she's going to give her son preferential treatment, and wait till you see in present times. But I always provide equally for both of them because I always felt obligated to be fair with both of the kids. There were not any major issues growing up. Both kids maintained a healthy relationship with each other while maintaining a bit of distance. Both care for each other, and we never asked for more. So you're going to see in the story, guys, the other kid, the stepmother's kid, his name's Tom, he is, for all intents and purposes, a good kid, and the girl's a good relationship with him. It's the mother who is venomous. My first wife and I both had an insurance policy. It was paid out when she died. Thank the Lord that they were smart enough at a young age to get one. I'm sure probably her parents told her, look, you're like 20 years old, you're going to have a kid, get an insurance policy, you never know. And thank the Lord that, yeah. By the way, guys, you follow me, you young guys out there, as young as you can, get a life insurance policy. It'll cost you next to nothing if you get the younger you are. And you're probably thinking, well, I'm not getting married one day. Well, get it anyway. And you could have like your brother or your cousin or somebody you care about as the beneficiary. And that way down the road, if you one day get married, you never know, and have kids, you already have locked into that cheap price, and then you can then make them the primary beneficiary or split up between a couple people. That's a piece of advice. So thank the Lord she had that. Anyway, they had the insurance policy. It was paid out when she died. For some reason, we once randomly talked about what we would do with the money if one of us passed away. We both decided we'd go to our kids, if we didn't have a kid, then the surviving spouse would travel the world. I have kept that money in a trust that has grown over the age of 17 years and has been yielding a significant profits, and now it's quite a bit of money. When you look at the markets have performed over 17 years, there you go. I've never borrowed even a penny from it because it belongs to my daughter and I'm just the guardian. This year, both kids applied to colleges and Emma got into an Ivy League school with a full scholarship. Now here's the part that caught my eye and a lot of others in the comment section. It seems to be that with Ivy League schools, you can get in, but you're not going to get scholarships. You can have loans, but they don't give those. But I could be wrong here. But our plan was if Emma did not get a scholarship, I would pay her tuition with the trust. Tom also applied to Ivy League school and got admission without a scholarship. He and I both discussed our options, and I told her that while I can help him with living expenses while he pursues his studies, but I can't afford the tuition on getting a massive hit. He was understanding and said that he will take a loan for it. It was settled then, or at least I thought it was. So the son Tom is, for a young guy, is reasonable here. It is not this father's job to take care of all that, you know. And if this is true, and he got and by the way, both of them got into Ivy League schools. Clearly, they were raised right with very much hard work and attention to their studies. But it's not this dude's job to take care. Honestly, it's the young guy's responsibility. Let's be honest here, but it more falls in the category for the mother. Well, watch this. One night, Sam, the wicked stepmother, asked me if I can pay her son's tuition with the payout. She knows the width of that policy. I was startled for a second, but I said I will think about it. I delayed a bit because I wanted to ask Emma whether she wanted to help Tom out, because I always let her make decisions of her own, as I feel it's an important part of parenting. I wanted to ask her alone without Sam present because Sam can be a bit pushy, and I wanted Emma to make a decision on her own without any pressure because she's the sweetest kid who'd rather be hurt than hurt anyone else. Yeah, I believe that. Sounds like she's a sweet kid. Right there and there, the stepmother's already digging into that insurance policy, and you know darn well that she obviously knew about this early on. Right, watching that trust build over the years. I explained the whole thing to my daughter and asked what she wants to do. She asked me what I think she should do, and I told her I have no opinion, but no matter what decision she makes, it will not change anything between us. She will always be my world. She told me that she wanted to travel the world with me, as her mom wanted her with half the money, and to invest the rest so she can have extra cash flow. She asked me for the weekend to think about it, which I was happy to give her. Okay. I want to go spending half, I don't know how much the money is, but over I don't know. I mean, back then, an insurance policy, I mean, they maybe got $100,000 payout or $500,000. You never know. I have no idea what it is. But let's just say it was $100,000 and they invested over 17 years. She has a nice chunk of change. I would not be spending half that to travel the world, for goodness sake. You can do some traveling, but yes, just let it grow. She asked for the weekend to think about it, which I was happy to give her. On the weekend, she texted me to come into her room. She asked me to explain the profit yields, the amount and everything related to the amount, which I did. After contemplating, she decided she can pay for half of Tom's tuition while touring the world and maintaining the healthy cash flow. Well, that is extremely generous of her to pay for anything for him. Like you said in the beginning, they have a good relationship. Tom should be thrilled. His mother should be thrilled. But watch this. I stressed on her that if she does not want to do it, she doesn't have to. Tom is not her responsibility. But she said she wanted to help her brother out. And mind you, he's not her blood brother, but they've been raised together, so she sees him that way. During a family meeting, she told that to Tom in front of Sam and me. Tom teared up and hugged her and was very grateful. I noticed Sam was a bit off, but I ignored it. We all went out for dinner. In bed, Sam asked me who decided about Tom's tuition. I told her about the whole situation. Sam was shocked for whatever reason. She says I didn't have to ask Emma and could have made the decision on my own as it was not Emma's money. Guess what? You don't have an opinion on this subject. This money was from an insurance policy, a life insurance policy that Emma's mother, my previous, I don't know, she died during childbirth. She's obviously not ex. My first marriage, my first wife's, whatever. that was to go to our daughter. That was the wishes of her mother. So no, I don't have a say over that, and you certainly don't have a say over that. I told her in plain words that she does not get a say in that, since it was decided between me and Emma's mother what we will do with the money. Then she said, why didn't I involve her during the discussions with Emma? He just said, lady, that does not involve you. This is her money, and you don't have a say in this. And by this time, I was at the edge, and I told her because it was none of her damn business. She said that she would talk to Emma, and Emma can pay for her brother's full tuition, and traveling the world is not necessary. Clearly, you didn't hear me, bitch. I told you this is between my daughter and what she wants to do. This was the money left for her. Clearly, this woman is used to getting her way. Clearly, and you can see this guy, he married her for the wrong reasons, and she, but fortunately, this guy's, when it comes to his daughter, he has a pair. I calmly yet firmly told her that she would not say a word to Emma about this, and this matter is closed. Well, we will see about that. After a week, I was out with my colleagues when I received a text from Tom that I should come home immediately. I rushed home, and I was home in 10 minutes. Sam was shouting at Emma how she should pay for Tom's tuition, and Emma was crying. We all knew darn well that she would not be able to keep her mouth shut. What an asshole. Now listen to this. Tom was trying to calm his mother down and to get her to shut up, but to no avail. I told my wife to shut up and go to the bedroom as politely as I could, because I did not want to insult her in front of Tom, because after all, she was his mother. I picked Emma up and was taking her to her bedroom when I heard Sam yell, "You were always a monster. You killed your mother while coming into this world." Holy shit. There is no going back anymore after that. Who the F does she think she is? Telling this 17, 18-year-old girl, you're a monster, you're the reason your mom died. Do you know how much that would screw a kid up? I mean, I'm sure there's a part of it's already screwed up, that thinking that it's my fault my mom died. Huh, I'd be like, get the fuck out of here. And this was the end point. I told Sam that I'm going out and I will come back in 2 days, and she better be gone when I come back. I took Emma with me and asked Tom if he wanted to come with us. Tom was reluctant, but eventually came with us. Yeah, young Tom here, stuck in the middle here. I drove them to a nearby hill town and got us checked in. Emma was crying all the way, and I let her a few initial cries to try to calm her down. By the next morning, we met on breakfast. Emma's eye was swollen with the crying, and Tom basically got to his knees and apologized for his mother's behavior. Dude, it is not his fault the way his mother is. Emma told him that it was not his fault. The three of us had a heart-to-heart discussion once Emma and I talked in privacy, where Emma was reassured that she wasn't responsible for anything. Emma will be paying Tom's half tuition. So even after all this, she still wants to help this guy out. I mean, that is extremely kind and generous here. Even after what the mother said to him, or to her. I also talked to Tom and told him that I would be divorcing his mother, and there'll be no turning back from that. But that doesn't have to change my relationship with him unless he thinks otherwise. He asked me to consider my decision, and I asked him if what I was doing was unfair, and he said no, and he understood. You can't go back to her. It's not like they ever had a romantic relationship anyway. Like he said, it was a marriage of convenience, but it was much more convenient for her, And guess what? Emma is now 18 years old as the other son, and they're both going off to college very soon. He doesn't need her anymore, and she's a freaking witch. By the time we got home, my parents were already there, and Sam was gone. My parents asked about what happened, and apparently Sam had fed them half the story and told them the whole tale. And I told them the whole tale. Of course she gave him half the story. Like she's going to admit to what she said. They were furious, but tried to lower the temperature and asked if there was any way to make amends. Are you freaking kidding me? I told them that my decision is final. I had Sam serve with papers with a fair amount of alimony along with one-bedroom apartment since she made our home while I worked, despite the prenup, which eliminated any prospects of alimony or division of assets. Dude, you could have gotten away with not having to pay her alimony and all that, and you still... I don't know, maybe he wanted her to go quietly, I don't know, but still, she doesn't deserve that. But then again, I mean, he says they had a prenup, but still. In the meantime, our relatives and friends have been asking me to reconsider it while they do not condone what has happened. They want me to make space for her. Bullshit. Hey, friends and relatives, you're not married to her. You weren't there, okay? I find it hilarious whenever I hear these stories where people stick their noses in people's business and tell you what's what. It's like, are you in my shoes? Have you been through what I've been through? If you have not, then shut the fuck up. They want me to make space for her. Sam also reached out to Emma and apologized for her behavior. Emma asked me to reconsider my decision as she has forgiven Sam and feels like there won't be any friction since she's already left for college. This young girl is so kind, but obviously naive. The reason Sam is apologizing to the young daughter is not because she cares, it's because her meal ticket's gone. Yeah, she's getting a little house and she's getting, some alimony there, but still, it was a better deal staying with him. That's the only reason why she's doing that. I'm not willing to roll back because whatever affection I had for Sam is gone. I don't think it'll ever be the same if we ever get back together. And there's no changing this lack of feelings for her. There is no going back. You cannot go back or have her come back to you. No freaking way. So I'm asking an objective and impartial Redditors for any advice on here what to do. And that is the end of his story. Before I read comments, I'll say this, that, he's 39 years old, I think he said. He's not old. Okay, because I'm 45 and I'm not old in my opinion. He's got plenty of life to live. And now his daughter's off to school and he can start doing what he really wants to do in life, whatever that may be. Maybe, if he's obviously the relationship type, maybe he can actually find a gal that really cares for him, right? Seems like a good guy, a relationship guy. He married this woman because obviously he was struggling and she was struggling, and yeah, obviously it was a better deal for her, but now he has the opportunity to be on his own and after some healing and getting shit together, if that's what he wants. But no, he absolutely cannot be with her. And he was way more generous with her than I certainly would be, considering he said he had a prenup. But that's it. Do not take her back. And any friends or family that don't get that, tell them to F off. But it's amazing to me how much people stick their nose in the business. But his daughter sounds like a really sweet girl. A little too nice, in my opinion. And I like that kid Tom too. He seems like a good kid. So I wish them all well. Now some comments here before I wrap this up. One guy says here, yikes. A few things stick out to me. Marriage of convenience. Sam didn't really bond with Emma. Sam always favored her son. Sam thinking Emma had no say over her inheritance. How Sam berated Emma despite her generous offer to pay half for an Ivy League school. Then the topper, what Sam said about offering her mom. Some things can never be taken back. Sam doesn't seem like a very caring person. I think you're doing the right thing and very generous offering alimony. Yeah, Sam is not a nice person at all. Another one. After what Sam said to your daughter, I would divorce her and tell her to eat shit and die. Seriously, you are your daughter's only living parent. She relies on you to defend her in all things. Sam showed her true colors over money and it wasn't even hers. Let her go. You don't need that in your life and Emma's life as well. Right. She's not sorry. She's only doing that because she's losing the majority of her meal ticket here. And I guarantee you, she knew about that trust and how it was going to build up over 17 years and was probably counting on getting some of that for her son. Another guy says here, you said to yourself whatever affection you had for Sam is gone, and there's no going back. Going through with the divorce, what she said and how she treated your daughter is just vile. Also, Emma may be telling you to reconsider your decision to make peace, but deep down, I'm sure she's hoping you will divorce. That may be possible. No point in staying in a marriage when the love is gone. Sam was just nasty. She only sent the apology to Emma because she realized you're divorcing her and not because she's actually sorry. Hope things get better and the divorce is an easy process for you. Wish you luck. So there you go, guys. That'd be a good one to go over here. Entertaining one. But some of these things never cease to amaze me. Alright, guys. That's it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. And be sure to like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe. I'll catch you next time.